Blake Shelton, the chart-topping country singer and beloved former coach of The Voice, is known for his self-deprecating humor, quick wit, and larger-than-life personality. But his latest revelation has left fans equal parts amused and curious. In a recent interview, the country star jokingly admitted that when it comes to music at his own home, there is really only one artist in heavy rotation: himself. While many celebrities shy away from acknowledging that they listen to their own work, Blake leaned into the idea with his signature blend of humor and confidence, making the confession feel more like a playful peek into his personal life than a serious boast. According to those close to him, Blake's comment was only partially in jest. Yes, he enjoys playing his own songs when he is at home, but it is not purely out of vanity. Instead, it ties into his creative process and the way he approaches his music. Blake has long been known for his meticulous attention to detail and often spends time listening to his recordings to analyze production choices, vocal delivery, and the overall feel of a track. This habit means that whether he is relaxing in his Oklahoma ranch or driving around his property, the familiar sound of his own voice is never far away. Still, Blake is fully aware of how it sounds when someone says they only listen to themselves, and in true Shelton fashion, he was quick to laugh at the absurdity of the statement. Fans who know his personality recognize that behind the headline-grabbing remark is a man who is deeply connected to his craft and unafraid to poke fun at himself. When pressed on the topic, Blake explained that hearing his songs in his personal space often brings back memories of where he was when he wrote or recorded them, creating a personal soundtrack to his own life. At his sprawling Oklahoma property, which he shares with his wife, Gwen Stefani, music is a constant presence. The couple has often talked about their love for quiet nights in with a glass of wine and a guitar close at hand. Yet Blake admits that when it comes to setting the mood, he tends to reach for his own catalog more often than not. He joked that Gwen has learned to tolerate it and even occasionally requests some of his classics when they are cooking together or enjoying a slow evening on the porch. This admission has sparked a wave of reactions online, with fans teasing Blake for his main character energy, while others defended the practice, pointing out that artists throughout history have listened to their own work as a way to connect with it more deeply. Social media threads quickly filled with lighthearted commentary, ranging from, of course, he listens to himself, he's Blake Shelton, to he probably sings along too, and I love that for him. Many noted that Blake's comfort with the joke speaks to his confidence and lack of pretension, a trait that has endeared him to audiences for decades. Professionally, Blake has an expansive library to choose from, with a career spanning over 2 decades and more than a dozen #1 hits. His chart toppers like God's Country, Honeybee, and Austin have become staples in country music playlists, and it is easy to imagine why he would not mind hearing them in the background while going about his day. Some sources close to the singer suggest that he has playlists curated specifically for different moods, including upbeat tracks for working on the ranch and slower ballads for winding down in the evening. Gwen Stefani has her own musical tastes and an equally iconic career, yet the couple has been open about how they blend their styles at home. While Blake's country roots dominate much of their shared soundtrack, Gwen occasionally slips in her own hits and even a few punk rock classics from her No Doubt days. Still, Blake admits that when he is in control of the playlist, he leans toward his own work partly out of habit and partly because it reminds him of the journey he has taken in music. He has described listening to his songs in the same way someone might flip through an old photo album, a reminder of where he started and how far he has come. Industry insiders say that Blake's playful honesty is part of what keeps him relevant even after stepping away from The Voice. While some artists attempt to cultivate a mysterious image, Blake thrives by being relatable and genuine. Even when he is making a statement that could be interpreted as egotistical, his delivery and self-awareness turn it into an endearing quip rather than a serious boast. In fact, many fellow musicians have come to his defense, pointing out that listening to one's own work is a normal part of the creative cycle, especially for an artist who writes and produces as much as Blake does. The revelation also ties into Blake's current chapter in life. After stepping away from his long-running role on The Voice, he has focused more on his family life and personal projects. With more time at home, it is natural that his environment would reflect the things that bring him joy and inspiration. His music has been a central part of his identity for decades, so surrounding himself with it is almost second nature. Friends say that Blake's home is filled with guitars, memorabilia from his career, and subtle nods to his greatest hits, making it a space that is uniquely his own. In interviews, Blake has also emphasized that listening to his own music helps him prepare for live shows and appearances. Even though he has been performing for years, he likes to keep his material fresh in his mind, ensuring that he can deliver it with the same passion and precision that his fans expect. This professional angle adds another layer to the story, showing that his so-called ego-driven playlist is actually a tool for maintaining his craft. Of course, Blake being Blake, there is always a comedic edge to the narrative. He has joked about how visitors to his home sometimes do a double take when they realize the song playing in the background is one of his own. He has even teased that he might start leaving his music on intentionally just to see their reactions. Gwen reportedly finds the whole thing amusing and has teased him about it during interviews, playfully calling him his own biggest fan. While some headlines have portrayed Blake's comment as an act of self-indulgence, those who follow his career closely know better. His ability to laugh at himself while also giving insight into his process is what makes him one of the most approachable figures in country music. In an industry where images can be carefully constructed, Blake's authenticity shines through even when he is making a statement that could easily be misinterpreted. The idea of an artist listening exclusively to their own music may sound unusual to some, but for Blake Shelton, it is simply a reflection of his life's work and the joy it brings him. Whether he is reminiscing about the early days of his career, fine-tuning a performance, or just enjoying the sound of a song that means something personal to him, Blake has no shame in admitting that he keeps his own music close at hand. In fact, his openness about the habit has sparked broader conversations among fans and fellow musicians about the relationship artists have with their own creations. As Blake continues to navigate life beyond The Voice, it is clear that his music will remain a central part of his daily routine and his home environment. Fans can expect that behind the closed doors of his Oklahoma retreat, there will always be a familiar voice filling the air, and it will most likely be his own. For Blake Shelton, it is not about ego or self-obsession, but about staying connected to the songs that have defined his life and career. And if that means he is his own most loyal listener, then so be it. Blake's candor once again proves why he remains one of the most beloved figures in country music. He is unafraid to share quirky details about his life, and he does it in a way that invites fans to laugh with him rather than at him. By owning his habits and presenting them with humor, he turns even the simplest confession into a memorable moment. This latest revelation may not change the course of his career, but it adds another layer to the persona that fans have come to know and love. A man who is talented, confident, and not afraid to repeat his own greatest hits. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.